First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin is in the Weather Center looking at the Doppler radar, tracking the storms that could bring some flash flooding. Cutter.
Yeah, Nikki, this is basically Monday's setup, just pushed back a few hours. Here are the headlines for today's First Alert weather day. Again, the risk of heavy rainfall first and foremost on the risk possibility there, though some of these thunderstorms could produce some gusty winds. Looking like mid-afternoon, a few storms will fire up closer to Baltimore along the Bay Breeze. The main show, though, is going to be later this evening, possibly as late as 7 to 8 o'clock this evening. Storms really not winding down until 9 to 10 p.m. So if you have early afternoon plans, all is dry across central Maryland, BW Parkway, I-95 corridors over to the eastern shore. Right now, not much in the way of showers and thunderstorms, but as you mentioned, it is warm and there is so much moisture out there. It's feeling like it's 90, even though the temperature is 83. So fuel for the fire, so to speak, this afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms really bubbling up mid-afternoon through early evening. Some of these will produce torrential rain in a short amount of time. Could be some street flooding, and then secondary to that, the risk of severe weather. Nikki, we're going to walk you hour by hour, taking you through the entire state of Maryland as storms move through, coming up in the full weather forecast.
Third day, let's take a live look at the WJZ Outback. 85 degrees, still very hot and humid though, but perhaps the recipe for storms ahead, Cutter.
Yeah, absolutely. A little piece of jungle there, WJZ Outback. It's been so wet, so rainy, so humid. Everything is green, but the price to pay is these occasional rounds of showers and thunderstorms producing heavy rain. Today is our First Alert weather day. Similar setup to Monday, though not exactly the same. The same two threats, though. Heavy rain causing some street flooding and the risk of a couple storms producing gusty winds. But note, though, timing a little later here. I think starting to flare up mid-afternoon, but will linger well past sunset. And again, a couple thunderstorms could become severe, producing gusty winds, knocking down trees, power lines, causing power outages. A brief tornado cannot be ruled out. Again, had a similar setup Monday, but the biggest risk is going to be heavy rain. Now, pretty quiet outside right now, but already starting to notice some showers and thunderstorms forming over the mountains in eastern West Virginia. These will ride eastward and along I-70 roughly and back into the greater Baltimore area. Second to that, we could also see some showers and thunderstorms forming along the Bay Breeze, a little front basically that moves inland from the bay each summer afternoon. So two areas that we're watching here, two focal points for showers and thunderstorms to develop. Already, we're in the low to mid 80s. Stevensville, your warm spot, 87. Lexington Park, 86, but it is feeling 5 to 10 degrees warmer than the actual temperature with all of that mugginess factored in. And eventually, the heat, the humidity gives way to showers and thunderstorms. Notice how that chance of storms really ramps up between 4 and 6. 8 p.m. still going, even 10 p.m. showers and thunderstorms, a good bet in parts of the area. Hour by hour forecast, fairly quiet now. Forecast model a little aggressive by 4 p.m., but mainly west of the city. These are the storms developing to our west. These little showers are along the Bay Breeze, and watch what happens. By 5, 6 p.m. it's raining in Baltimore, and it's still pouring potentially by 10 p.m. in a few spots. May not be in the exact same neighborhoods this forecast model has them developing, but the setup is there for slow-moving storms mid-afternoon, and then finally the wave of storms moving eastward and into our area late this evening. That's midnight. Still have some showers and thunderstorms on radar. So a busy evening is ahead. Biggest concern is the risk of street flooding with the heaviest downpours. Second to that, damaging wind gusts. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out, though it's unlikely. Notice how most see 1 to 2 inches of rain, but there's a pocket of orange here. That's 4 to 5 inches of rain. This pocket may wiggle around, may shift just a bit, but potential is there in parts of the area to see some pretty nasty weather and some heavy rainfall. Maryland cast tomorrow, a quieter day, though southern Maryland and mountains watching for the potential for showers and thunderstorms yet again. But I think today, the stormier day. Tomorrow, a little warmer. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s. And overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, a muggy start. I know we have thunderstorms, but it's not going to bring much relief from the humidity. Friday, more storms in the forecast. Alert a possible Thursday. Normal summertime activity, Nikki, this weekend. Finally drier and less humidity next Monday and Tuesday. Storms on the way.
Oh, I knew it.
It's a repeat of Monday, deja vu, if you will. Showers that become thunderstorms, and it looks stormy. Here's a change from Monday this evening, possibly after you're already home. But that risk of heavy rain increases by mid-afternoon. Nikki, a few more storms tomorrow, and then as we get into Friday and the weekend, a more typical summertime pattern. Dry, fingers crossed, low humidity next Monday into Tuesday.
Yeah, just glad there's some relief ahead, Cutter.